The Earth is flat? Well, to many flat earthers, they do believe this is true. I'm here today to explain to you that this is completely false and honestly totally impossible. This conspiracy theory started all the way back in the 1950s by the Flat Earthers Research Society. This was started by Samuel Shenton, a signwriter in Dover, UK. Unfortunately for Samuel, this conspiracy fizzled out and his organization plummeted. Until the early 2000s, no one heard about this flat Earth. Until the internet came around, where conspiracies were easily shared around online. As a result of this, in October 2009, the Flat Earth Society relaunched, and the annual Flat Earthers conferences restarted. And this next part is quite laughable, and I honestly can't even believe this, but Flat Earthers can't even agree with themselves. Like, they already are wrong, but they can't agree with who's more right at being wrong? I don't know. With some of the Flat Earthers believing that the world is one world and then surrounded by ice to hold everything in. Don't know where they saw that ice border. And others agree that we are in a giant-sized snow globe, that the horizon is just walls that you can't get past. Once again, how are you proving that? I don't know. We'll get to that. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, how does the day and night work for these flat earthers? Well, they believe that there's a giant spotlight above the world that revolves around, shining light on the areas in a giant circular motion. Well, if you couldn't already not believe these flat earthers enough, I will be here to debunk these myths with the use of science and common knowledge, as it seems like these flat earthers need that common knowledge. First off, I know many of you are probably saying, why do I care what the planet looks like if it's a circle or it's flat? There's other issues that need to be worried about. And yes, I get that you'll probably live your life the same. You'll probably sleep in the same bed. You'll walk the earth the same. You'll eat the same food. Fair point. But what it really comes down to is the misinformation spread online and how easy it is to be spread. The internet is a powerful but often dangerous tool. Misinformation and fake news are detrimental to people's everyday life. And yes, the main point of this video is to prove the earth is round and not flat. But what I also want you to take away from this video is how easy misinformation is spread and how you have to identify it. Now, let's get into the research. First of all, let's go all the way back to a simpler time when there was no internet, no cars, and most definitely no flat earthers conventions. In 384 BC, Aristotle, a Greek philosopher, was the first person to recognize the earth as a sphere. The way he achieved this was by viewing and observing lunar eclipses. The only possible way that a circular shadow could be casted was by a sphered planet. A stable, solid, disc-like earth just isn't possible under the actual conditions of gravity. James C. Maxwell created equations in order to prove that this is true. The American physicist's equations included curved spacetime, commonly used in high-energy gravitational physics. These are compatible with general relativity. In simpler terms, gravity pulls from all sides, which explains why planets are spheres. The Earth, in order to be flat, would have to spin and spin and spin so fast that it would eventually just explode into tiny particles. But it wouldn't even get to this point. A stamped flat Earth would not last for long. Within a few hours, the force of gravity would pull it back into a sphere. Now that we've covered some scientific facts, let's take a look at some pure logical accounts. Now, instead of me spewing some information at you that you could probably care less about and you're like, it has no effect on me, I want to put this on you. Have you ever seen the edge of the world? Have you ever seen borders around the world? Have you ever seen a spotlight up in the sky? No, you haven't. When you look at pictures of astronauts on the moon, what do the pictures of the Earth look like? There's fears. Doesn't get much simpler than that. So what reason do you have to believe that the earth is flat? No reason. That's why I want you to believe that other than misinformation online, the earth is not flat.